our last example is looking at food coloring in water. So this our evidence here, hey, we changed color. But let's talk about something for a second. Did I change the chemical composition of the water or of the food coloring when I put these two things together? So to identify, is this a physical or chemical change, what you need to ask yourself is, if I were to separate this physically, could I be left with the same compounds I started with? So if I were to evaporate out the water, I would be left with my food coloring. Because I didn't change anything, this is not, even though it's a color change, this is not considered a chemical change. So we do this last example on purpose because when you are presented with a color change, you need to think to yourself, if I were to physically separate out what has changed color, could I get what I started with? So water and food coloring are simply mixing together. So a physical separation could be evaporating, filtering. Those are two really good examples right there. Okay, so if you missed the lab today, here is what your notebook should look like. Here are examples of what we did for our legend and our states of matter. And there is what the whiteboard looked like at the end of the class period. So now you have all of the information and have seen the reactions happen and are able to fill in your notebook.